Yeah, it's Cahuenga northbound, and he is opting to rejoin the 101 northbound. I believe that is a Saturn view. It's hard to be sure at our altitude. We're about 1,500 feet above the pursuit. They come in two power plants, actually three now, a 4-cylinder, a 6-cylinder, and they even make a Saturn hybrid, so we're not sure which power plant they've got, but all three of those Saturn views, all three power plants, they've got plenty of pep, plenty of low-end torque. They've got plenty of top-end speed as well, and they have pretty good gas mileage, the Saturn views, the 4s and the 6-cylinders, and of course the hybrid. So this could go on for quite some time, particularly if he's got a full tank of gas. There you see him joining the right lane on the Hollywood Freeway northbound in the Cahuenga Pass. We followed this chase out of the San Fernando Valley. The first thing we heard about was on Lankershim, not far from Universal Studios. In no time at all, we picked them up on the Hollywood Freeway southbound. They went into downtown Hollywood on Hollywood Boulevard, not far from the big setup for the Academy Awards, but he dodged his way around that. Went on some other surface streets, Yucca, Hollywood Boulevard, Vine Street, Cahuenga, and now back on the Hollywood Freeway, north on the 101. We're coming up into the Cahuenga Pass near the Barham Overpass. Right lane is what he's sitting in right now at reasonable speeds. And as you can see, there are 3 CHP cruisers right behind him and a CHP motor officer bringing up the rears. They did talk to LAPD officers moments ago when they were on surface streets, but now they're back on the freeway, so CHP officers will stay on top of this guy, and no idea where he's going to go next. We've seen this so many times where the pursuit begins, that's quite often where it ends. This guy came out of the San Fernando Valley, and he may be going right back now to familiar territory, back to his own home, back to the home of a friend or a family member or an acquaintance, back to somewhere where he works, an area that he's familiar with. And again, you can see that car, the rear window and all the side windows, they're heavily tinted, so we can't see if there's anybody else inside that car. Neither can CHP officers, so it's really a waited out situation. CHP officers, they've got plenty of fuel, they've got plenty of gas, and they can go a lot longer than that guy can. If one CHP officer has to pull off due to a problem with fuel, the next CHP cruiser pulls right in, so this could go as long as the suspect driver wants to go on.
He seems to be driving a little more carefully now. When he was on those surface streets, he was whizzing right through the stop signs, changing lanes, driving very erratically. So this seems a little bit more under control. But he just got off that off ramp. Where is he, Bill?
Yeah, that might be the Universal Center Drive off-ramp in Universal City here in the Cahuenga Pass. Might be winding his way back toward Universal Studios. You might be able to use that off-ramp to get back onto Cahuenga Boulevard. We'll see where he goes next. He's in the middle lane now. We've actually seen these pursuits where oftentimes, one time I can recall not long ago, one person being pursued actually ended up in the Universal Center parking lot, and that's where the pursuit came to an end. So he's going to go right through that light. Hopefully that was a green light. And that was Universal Center Drive. Not sure where he's going next, but he might be pulling into the grounds of Universal Studios. A problem not only for that driver, but of course CHP officers and other patrons who might be out of the park. Now we'll look up ahead here. We'll open up the shot just a bit. This may be a dead end coming up ahead, unclear, difficult to see. Okay, there is going to be a way out of this, and again, that's right at Universal Studios. He did take the Universal Center Drive off-ramp. He is on the grounds of Universal Center Drive. Let's go right back into that car, and we'll see what happens next here. He's stopping here at Universal Studios, actually slowing down to go through that stop sign, and he might try to pull into the lot. There he goes. He might just be pulling over, try to wait it out, try to negotiate with CHP officers, hopefully get out of the car and just peacefully surrender. We're going to keep that shot a little wide because we don't know what's going to happen next. Now, the suspect is out of the car, and that could be a problem for police officers if he doesn't comply completely. So he is complying. There he is out of the car, down on the ground. That's half the battle right now. That's their primary suspect. Fortunately, it has come to a stop here at Universal Studios. He's out of the car. He's in a secured parking lot, and he is down on the ground following commands of CHP officers. And as you can see, we're going to push in a little bit here. CHP officers, they have their guns drawn. They're trained right on that suspect. They got to get close to him, take him into custody, and while they're doing that, they're also keeping in mind there could be other suspects or perhaps other hostages in that Saturn view. But fortunately, this part of the pursuit has come to an end. That suspect is complying, and in just moments he will be taken into custody, and then they'll clear that car to make sure there are no other suspects inside.